Hello and welcome back to Turning Point. For this episode, we're going to cover one big team fight. Before this though, I want to quickly cover another fight that occurred immediately prior to this team fight. Right now, we're about 16 minutes into the game and Purple Team has maintained a kill lead over Blue Team, but Blue Team has an extra tower. They're nearly identical in gold. This quick engagement that started at mid lane turns into 2 kills for Blue Team. What happens next is what's important. Twisted Fate, Taric, and Jace push mid tower. At the same time, Vayne moves bot lane, taking bot tower. And shortly after this, Volibear and Twisted Fate net another kill at top lane, followed by taking the tower. This gives Blue Team a whopping 5-1 tower advantage and a 3k gold lead. Blue Team has just taken Dragon and is now moving in to engage against Purple Team. They have ward vision on the jungle and can see both Xin and Leona near the 4 Wraith camp. There's 3 things worth pointing out right as this fight engages. First, Jax is sitting on red buff and he's actually going to ignore this team fight for several seconds as it begins. Second, notice how Leona has just turned around instead of entering mid lane. This is because Vayne is right off screen and could easily condemn her into a wall for a stun. We'll cover her point of view in a moment. Third, Xin has turned around just for a brief moment, and this is actually a big deal as it's going to allow Volibear to catch up to him for an initiation. Twisted Fate moves in, and the combination of crowd controls makes quick and easy work of Xin. Jax has decided to enter the fight. Right now, this jungle engagement is essentially 3-on-2. Both Jax and Leona are very bulky, but Taric and Volibear are as well, and they should be able to peel for Twisted Fate to keep him alive. So what's going on with Jace and Vayne? Vayne is doing very well and is easily the biggest threat in the game right now. She's been laning against Quinn and Leona, who both rely partly on skill shots, and she's done a great job using Tumble to dodge them. Her creep score and kill count is significantly beyond anyone on either team, which is why this team fight surprises me so much. Normally in a team fight there can be a front line of bruisers, tanks, and even supports who are busy protecting the carries and working each other down. But in this case, Vayne has free reign to engage both Rumble and Quinn, neither of whom can directly lock her down. This is because the rest of Purple Team got caught in a jungle engage that they cannot get out of. The Xin, Jax, and Leona were all ideal champions to help shut Vayne down. Jace is also in a fantastic position. In his range form, he's provided damage and support to the jungle fight, but as he switches to his melee form, he'll be able to engage with Vayne in the lane. Quinn is quickly pushed out of the fight as Jace moves into melee form and comes back. They make quick work of Rumble, removing Blue Team's biggest threat, then move off to the jungle to finish off Jax. From here, they move on to take an uncontested Baron, leaving them with nearly a 7k gold lead only 22 minutes into the game. The positioning in the fight we covered was interesting and it showed a great engage by the Blue Team. They had all of the disruption and crowd control handled flawlessly. For what it's worth, Leona would have been helpful on Vayne, but she wasn't necessarily making the wrong call by locking down Blue Team for so long. With a little less discrepancy in farm and gear, Rumble and Quinn should have been able to kill Vayne, and Leona would have actually served a purpose in keeping 3 players from approaching them from the jungle. And in the end, the team fights alone didn't seal the deal. The reason I showed the first fight and mentioned Dragon was to emphasize just how good a job Blue Team was doing with locking down objectives anytime they had an opportunity. Having a 7k gold lead with only a 2-kill advantage showed this. Thanks for watching this episode of Turning Point. Let me know in the comments below how you would have played this match differently as Purple Team.